Peter Obi donates N15m to UNN Dental Department, boosting education and healthcare in Nigeria. A former governor's bold move, Peter Obi donates N15m to UNN Dental Students Association. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has made a significant financial contribution of N15 million to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka UNN Dental Students Association. In a recent post on his official X account, Peter Obi shared how this donation will directly support the department's infrastructure upgrades and expand its graduate and entry-level training programs. The former governor revealed that he received an urgent request from the UNN Dental Students Association earlier this week. Approximately N40 million was needed to modernize their laboratory facilities and increase the number of graduates and new students entering the dental field. This initiative aligns with the university's ongoing reaccreditation process, which requires substantial investment in academic and clinical resources. Obi emphasized that he refrained from public statements during the national mourning following the passing of his predecessor, President Bola Tinubu. Now that the period of remembrance has ended, he felt compelled to act swiftly. "We cannot, in good conscience, allow our youth to endure such challenges due to leadership failures," he stated, underscoring his commitment to uplifting educational and healthcare access in Nigeria. This donation reflects Obi's broader advocacy for equitable development, particularly in areas often overlooked by policymakers. He criticized the nation's current trajectory, where leaders prioritize luxury vehicles and high-end amenities over critical sectors like healthcare, education, and poverty alleviation. "We are building a country where our leaders spend millions on private cars while neglecting the needs of our people," he remarked, highlighting a stark disparity between public spending and societal priorities. The decision to allocate N15 million comes amid growing concerns about the sustainability of Nigeria's education system. As the country grapples with rising tuition fees, underfunded institutions, and a shrinking student population, Obi's contribution represents a rare act of civic responsibility. However, this move has sparked debate among Nigerians about the balance between individual philanthropy and systemic change. Is this a sign of hope, or merely a temporary fix for a deeper crisis? The future of Nigerian education, and its ability to serve the next generation, depends on whether such gestures can inspire lasting reform. Peter Obi slams Nigerian Govt for wasting billions on luxury cars amid education crisis. "It's shocking how billions are being funneled into luxury vehicles while students continue to suffer in silence," Peter Obi doesn't hold back in his criticism of the Nigerian government's misplaced priorities. The former governor of Anambra State and the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate has openly condemned the government for lavish spending on non-essential items, all while vital sectors like education and healthcare are left to crumble. "I keep asking myself what kind of nation we are building when our leaders and public officials lavish millions on luxury cars, but turn a blind eye to crucial areas such as development, health, education, and poverty reduction," Obi remarked during a visit to the Faculty of Dental Studies at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka UNN, last Friday. During this visit, he generously donated 15 million naira to the Dental Students Association. This contribution is aimed at upgrading laboratory facilities and supporting efforts to increase the department's graduation and induction quotas, which are essential for the ongoing reaccreditation process. But here's where it gets controversial. Obi's intervention comes amid reports of a similar crisis unfolding at the University of Calabar, UNN. There, dental students reportedly face the harsh reality of being unable to graduate or be inducted due to quota restrictions and accreditation hurdles. While the full details of the UNN situation are still emerging, Obi sees this as a symptom of a much deeper, systemic failure. "No student should be made to suffer because of what I see as a failure in leadership," he asserted passionately. "We owe it to our youth to provide quality education, especially in critical fields like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM). He praised the Vice-Chancellor of UNN for committing to resolving the issue, but emphasized that the federal government must step up with both institutional and financial support. The Vice-Chancellor and her team need to be empowered immediately to fix this problem, Obi insisted. Drawing from his own experience as a former governor, Obi shared a compelling story about how the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria once shut down the medical school at Chukwuemeka Ojumegwu Ojukwu University because it lacked a teaching hospital. Students who had already invested 3 to 4 years in their medical studies were told they could only graduate as biologists, he recalled. When I took office, barely a year in, I encountered this crisis. I refused to let those innocent students become casualties. I took full responsibility and promised to build a functional teaching hospital within 2 years. Many said it was impossible, but I completed it in less than 18 months, he said, referring to the Ojumegwu Ojukwu Teaching Hospital in Awka. Obi did not hold back in criticizing the ongoing neglect of education and healthcare in favor of extravagant government projects. When we fail to prioritize education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, yet pour billions into conference centers and bus parks, we are betraying our youth and jeopardizing the future of our nation, he warned. He concluded with a powerful call to action. Our young people must not continue to be the victims of poor governance. We cannot allow our children to lose their future here in Nigeria. This raises a critical question for all Nigerians. Should government funds be spent on luxury and prestige projects? Or should they be directed toward building a stronger foundation for the country's future through education and healthcare? What do you think? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below.